Hey everyone, it's Jamie from IndependenceStTarot and Seasons and Ritual, and we're talking about the lunar eclipse that's happening today. Us here in America won't be able to see it because it'll be below the horizon, and I think it's going to actually be happening this afternoon. But it is in Taurus. It is in the sign of Taurus, which is ruled by Venus, which is very beautiful. And then we have the sun is in Scorpio now. We are in Scorpio season. So we're getting still a lot of this beautiful divine feminine energy coming in. And before I get started on talking about the eclipse, I want to do a quick grounding meditation. And what's interesting, I was talking to Sheila a couple days ago, and she brought something up, but it reminded me of things that I used to do or made sure I did. And one of them was grounding meditations. And so I think it's important that we just go back over some normal things that we used to do that maybe, I mean, I still do these in practice, but I haven't talked about them for a while. So let's just do a quick grounding meditation. I think this grounding meditation is important just moving forward, especially with everything that's happening energetically. So the Schumann resonances are off the charts. There's just a lot of energy coming on the planet. So all we do is we just take a deep breath in and then out. And then we just get quiet for a moment. And then what we're going to do is that we're going to imagine a beautiful, bright white light coming in. You can say from the central sun, you can say from outer space, you can say from the void, but it is definitely above you. And so you're going to start imagining this beautiful, bright white light coming in, and you're going to see it coming down through the clouds and coming right through the crown of your head. In this beautiful bright white light, it's coming in through the crown of your head, and then you see it lighting up your third eye. You're going to see it come down, light up your throat chakra. You're going to see it come down, light up your heart chakra, which is right by your heart. This light is going to come into your solar plexus, which is right under where your ribs come together. This light is going to come down and hit your sacral chakra, which is right below your belly button. And take a deep breath in. And then a deep breath out. And then this bright light is going to go down and hit your root chakra, which is in your pubic region. And then the light's going to split and it's going to hit both your hips. And then this light is going to fill up both your hips. And it's going to go down your legs into your knees, and from your knees into your ankles, and from your ankles to the bottom of your feet. And then from the bottom of your feet, it's going to touch the ground. And when it hits the ground, it merges back together into one light. And then it's going to start pulsing through the ground. It's going to go through the roots. You're going to see roots. This light's traveling down into the earth. So you're going to see roots. You're going to see dinosaur bones. You're going to see oil. You're going to see beautiful crystals. And then it gets down to the center of the earth. And the center of this earth is a beautiful yellow magma. It's a beautiful ball of energy. And that's where that light goes. It mixes with that light, that fuel in the center of the earth, and then it starts to come right back up. You see it coming back up, passing those crystals, passing oils, ancient reserves of water, dinosaur bones. You see this light coming back up, passing up the roots, and then it goes to the bottom of your feet, and there it pulls in the bottom of your feet, and then it comes back up to your ankles, to your knees, to your hips. When it hits your hips, it collects in your root chakra, and then your sacral chakra, your solar plexus, your heart chakra. It's coming back up to your throat chakra, all the way up to your third eye, into your crown. And then there it merges with the light, and it goes back up into the sky. And then when it hits the source of origin, wherever you said it came from, it makes that figure 8 and starts to come back down. And so then that figure eight, that infinity loop starts coming, and it's grounding you. So it's keeping us grounded. And that's a really easy grounding technique you can do. You just see that light coming down, hitting all those chakras, splitting at the hips, going to the feet, down into the earth, coming back up. And then the feet, you know, we just did it, back into outer space. And that will keep you grounded. That's connecting heaven and earth. That is you being the conduit. It's really beautiful, but it's great for grounding. And you can do it real fast. Even if you're in your mind, you can see it. And then you just see that figure eight, that loop, keeping you grounded. So now that it's done, let us start talking about this eclipse that's happening, this lunar eclipse. So a couple things that I wanted to touch on is that today is the full moon. That's when we have lunar eclipse, and it is known as the blood moon because this is usually a time that we go hunting. But it's also known as the shedding moon. And the shedding moon comes in because this is the time when the antlers start shedding their antlers and rutting, right? And it prepares them to go into winter, and then for when springs to rejuvenate, correct? So again, it's an intense storyline of letting go. It's an intense storyline of shedding. The full moon is when we're most psychic. The full moon is when we're most receptive. The full moon is when we see what is going on around us. It is a time of release. It is also a time of setting intentions. So when there is a lunar eclipse, a lunar eclipse is in Taurus, it's really a time to see what is coming up and what we need to release. Taurus is fixed earth. And when these eclipses are in fixed signs, we feel them more because it is shaking up what is a foundation. And so, so it is important to see what is coming up in your life, these old stories. That's what needs to be let go. And I don't want to say that it's not easy, because it can be hard, but it can be done. And it's just done by that awareness, by seeing, okay, I'm transmuting the storyline. It keeps coming up. And a lot of things kept coming up for me. You know, you guys always think that, I mean, in my mind, I wish I was just floating through the clouds, you know, but I'm going through this the same as you. So please know that. So when these things start coming up, especially in Taurus, especially if it's around money, the way we value ourselves, the way we work, how we work with others, let those things be seen, and then allow yourself to transmute that story if it's no longer beneficial to you, and then allow this new story to start showing up for ourselves. You know, as Helen had mentioned, these eclipses, their energy lasts for 6 months. So right when this happens, sometimes it's very intense. At the same time, let it work for you. Let it say, okay, let it show you this is actually what we're getting rid of. And you're like, okay, so now I can be aware if this storyline keeps coming up, and then I can say, oh, wait, this isn't my storyline anymore. And then let it happen naturally, right? Like the shedding of the antlers. Like we talked about on Wednesday about the leaves on the trees. Like they have to fall. It's time to let go. And they just get into that natural cycle of letting go, moving into winter, and then coming back again. And so this is the time, an intense time of letting go. And it's also an intense time of reflection. We come into Day of the Dead. We come into All Saints Day. You know, we come into Halloween. And it is that time of reflection, reflecting on our ancestors or the loved ones that we've lost, friends, family, even pets. And so it is this time of reflection, and then it's this time of letting go. And it can be super intense, right? But it also can be extremely cathartic. So work with this full moon, work with this eclipse. You know, Taurus is fixed earth, right? So just know, like, fixed earth is always turning over. I know we use the term fixed, but it's pliable, right? Like we just went down to the center of the earth with this meditation, and then we came back up. So allow this part of, okay, we're all falling from the trees, and it is okay to let things go. I can tell you what is going on around me right now is that I believe my cat brought in a lizard. So there's a lot of activity going on behind me and around me. So I'm sorry if there's some background noise. Also, this lizard might be letting go of its little lifespan here if my cat catches it. We'll see. If I can catch it, it might have just let go of its tail and then I can put it back out. So we don't know. Lots of changes happening as we speak. This is also a good time. I wanted to just mention again, we are in Scorpio season. And so Scorpio, and Helen had mentioned the Scorpio Taurus axis, AXIS. And so Taurus and Scorpio are opposite of each other. Taurus is fixed earth and Scorpio is fixed water. And it's important to see that they need each other, right, to survive, right? I don't know how we got into this. You know, they say opposites attract, which is good. And so when the sun is in Scorpio, that is water. Scorpio's water. Scorpio is the underground. And it's almost like we are dropping our leaves. We are shedding our antlers. We're shedding those things that no longer we need, but it nourishes, right? It goes to the underground. So it's important to start seeing this all as a process. It's important to start seeing this really, when we say cycles, it's really a deep, it's a way that we give reverence to how things work with Mother Earth, right? And in Gaia, in that divine feminine energy. Scorpio is seen as a feminine sign because it is water, it is feelings. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. Pluto has turned direct. So there's a lot of feelings, there's a lot of emotions, there's a lot of energy coming onto this planet. There's a lot of things being eclipsed out. And for us to order to move forward, we have to let them go. So use this full moon in this lunar eclipse, this shedding moon, to just let things go. Be in reverence, you know, love the things about you that you love and love the things about you that you can let go and not have to take forward with you. I love that too. I don't have to carry that around anymore. Also, Scorpio rules secrets. So Scorpio allows things to come up that we need to face. So if these things are coming up, allow yourself to question these things, allow yourself to say, I can move on from these things. And then I also always say Scorpio rules other people's money. So, you know, and by that, that's good, right? That shows how, I mean, to me, how we are all connected in a good way. And then you can see also how maybe other people's money might be influencing others, right? Which then maybe will give you a new insight on some old stories that you thought about yourself that were never honestly ever really about yourself. So I hope that helps. Okay, you guys, I think I'm going to leave it there. Do lots of grounding, drink lots of water, do lots of shedding, do lots of letting go, fall from the trees. I hope everyone has a safe and happy Halloween. I hope everyone has a beautiful Day of the Dead celebration. I'll be down at the Healing Center volunteering for sure for that here in New Orleans. If you guys have any questions, always reach out to me. I may pull a card later in the day for this full moon because it is a very big full moon. I mean, I've been trying to lay low this whole week. Thursday was a shit show. Nothing bad, but energetically I was like, woof, yeah, things are really shifting. But yesterday and today are feeling really good. So if you guys start to feel out of sorts, take those deep breaths, do that grounding technique. That's what's going to keep you in that thread. That's going to keep us moving along, connected as we go throughout our days. Okay, guys, till then, I will see you next time.